So as you all know by now, of course, it is super expensive to fill your car. Natasha told the story of over the weekend putting $20 in and the needle not even moving. That's what you get for $20.
Tiny little bit.
Yeah. So what do you do? A lot of people obviously plan summer road trips, right? But when the price of gas is what it is, maybe for some people that's no longer the best way to go. But then again, as I say that, I realize you're not going to save any money flying anywhere because airfares have gone up as well, rather substantially, so it's still probably cheaper to go this way. So what can you do to at least make sure you are getting the most for your buck, most bang for your buck if you are driving? What can you do to your car? Nicholas Ryan is Director of Public Affairs at CAA Quebec. He's on the line right now. Nicholas, thanks for the time.
Hello.
Let's talk a little bit about, I kind of gave you a general what can you do. So what are some tips here if you are going to be heading off in the car on a road trip to do to get the most bang for your buck?
Well, a lot of people will actually have the first question is what other people can do for you. But then we turned the question around and said, what can you do for yourself with your car? And the first thing that people don't actually realize is that practicing what we call eco-driving will make you save a lot of bucks quickly, I can say. And a few examples of what eco-driving is accelerating smoothly, reducing your speed. I'm going to give you an example. If you go on the highway and go, let's say 90 kilometers an hour instead of 110, you'll actually save about 15% on your gas consumption in your car. So that's a lot of bucks.
How much?
If you do, let's say, Montreal, Quebec, a lot of times, like I do for work, I can save a lot of bucks quickly by doing just that.
Hold on.
Nicolas, did you say...
You perked Natasha's ears up. Did you say 15% or 50%?
15, so
15%. Yeah.
Okay, and that's by going, just to reiterate those numbers again, Nicolas, so that's by going 90 instead of 110.
Exactly, yeah. And just driving at a constant speed. So if you put yourself in the right lane at 90 kilometers per hour, you're driving, let's say, 300 or 400 kilometers for your summer vacation, if you add up all those 15% along, that can be, it can prove really, eco-driving. So you're going to save a few bucks along the road. You can pay maybe one more restaurant when you get to your destination.
Okay, your connection's a little bit wonky, Nicholas. Something is kind of kicking in and kicking out. But just, I'm curious about, you said also just smooth acceleration, something to that effect. So if we're braking suddenly and sort of speeding up and slowing down, that makes us burn more fuel more quickly as well?
Well, exactly, yeah. If you look at the consumption when you're in inside town, let's say, you're going to consume more in your car because you're doing a lot of stop and goes. So if you're actually just at a stop, just start smoothly. Just press on the gas really calmly. And a lot of people will do a quick acceleration, which usually is what's going to move the needle quickly at your consumption or your gas consumption. So by doing so, accelerating smoothly, that's an example of, it's a basis actually of eco-driving. So that's one thing where you can save on gasoline. The second thing I can tell you is having a good maintenance on your car. So a lot of people, they don't go when let's say you change your tires. Well, you can have to change your oil at the same time. You can have to do a full checkup of your car. A car that is not properly maintained, you're actually going to be increasing your fuel consumption by up to 25%. So that's another number to consider to save a few bucks on your gas consumption.
So get your car tuned up before you go. That saves money. Drive, sort of, I would say normally. It's funny you said 90 instead of 110. So in other words, drive the speed limit, which no one drives here, because the posted speed limit on a lot of these highways is 90, and that will save you gas as well. And as for, trying to brake gradually. So when that person cuts you off and you get really upset, do not jam on your brakes. Try to just take it easy before you yell and scream at them because you're burning gas for no reason.
In more ways than one.
A lot of people are wondering, especially now, what about the idea of renting electric cars?
Well, going electric, hybrid, or even changing models. So a lot of people right now, they have a model that will consume, 10 liters per 100 kilometers. So that's a lot. It's an average consumption. So do you really need let's say if you live in Montreal, you really need an SUV to go around town. But by going electric or even hybrid, you're going to save a lot. The question right now that people are asking is, how long will it take before I get my electric vehicle? And we've been seeing queues for about, say, 6 months, 8 months, even years for some models that are fully electric. But it's the right time right now to start actually looking for these type of cars and maybe doing the full change for, let's say, next year or in 2 years. And then when you look back, you won't have to ask your question, how much is gas right now,
Right.
because you're rolling your fully electric vehicle.
I have a question having to do with air conditioning because when I was deciding on Saturday whether or not to put $20 in my tank to get me home from Chateauguay safely, the air conditioning played a big role, Nicolas, because it was super, super hot. And I'm like, I am not driving home in the minivan without air conditioning. I'm going to roast. So I was like, I'll put the $20 in. Does it really play as big a role as we perceive if you have your AC cranked when you're driving?
Well, it will play a small role, but then again, if ever you're rolling on the highway and it's 30 degrees outside, you might want to enjoy the breeze on yourself by opening your windows if you like. But that's a personal decision as well. But it's not a huge consumption. It's not the thing that will actually make your consumption go for, let's say, I don't know, 8 liters per 100 kilometers to 10.
Oh, really?
It's going to be just a small change in your consumption, but it's not the biggest one in your car.
So not even that reason of not turning it up to max, maybe just leaving it on one speed, like a lower speed, that doesn't save anything significant?
It's not significant,
Okay.
but like I said, if you like the cool breeze on yourself while
Yeah.
you're driving, you're actually better putting your windows down.
Yeah, unless it's a warm breeze. But so I want to ask one other thing. What about the deal with something like Communauto? Is it possible to use any of their cars if you're going for a long trip or not?
Well, it is possible. There was another solution that we put forward when gas prices started to go higher, and we told other people, think about alternatives. So in big cities like Montreal, even Quebec, if ever in your everyday life you might want to be doing some more public transit, so taking the bus, taking the metro. You want to do something a bit more active transportation. So if you want a bike, even an electric bike for some people, or just walking a lot. Like I'll take my own example. The grocery store is about 10 minutes away from where I live. If I take my car, I'm going to be consuming a bit of gas every time. Now that it's hot outside, it's nice. I can go walking. It's a nice walk. It's going to make yourself healthier as well. But that's a personal decision for people to make. But there are a lot of alternatives out there for people that don't want to be paying that gas every week.
Mm-hmm. But I'm thinking if you went on a road trip, just because we're running out of time, could you rent a Communauto for like a week and go, I don't know, if you want to go to the Adirondacks, for example?
I think there are packages that are available for long-time rental for a Communauto, yes.
Which
I'm thinking about Communauto because now that we're going to be back at the office, so maybe we should have someone on from Communauto to tell us exactly how it works and what the options are.
Something to do.
Yeah.
Hey, Nicholas, thanks very much. Appreciate your time today.
My pleasure.